Hi, my name's Nabil, and I was placed at Sossaman Early Childhood Development Center in a kinder prep classroom. My classroom consisted of 4 and 5-year-olds. This is my culturally responsive library audit. There was only 27 books that had female characters, and there was only 25 books that had male characters. There was only 23 books that had female main characters, and only 27 that had male main characters, and 17 books that had non-human characters. In this section, I saw that there was a lot of white characters. There wasn't as many as historicals as there was present. Same with African American. There wasn't that many historical as there was present, and same with Asian American. I didn't see any Latinx books at all in my library. In this section was the set. I decided to talk about the setting. What I found really interesting that in the rural areas there was only 3 books that I found that were historical. None in the other areas I didn't find any historical books. I only found it for the rural areas. For example, I saw that it was Johnny Appleseed's books. There was only like 3 Johnny Appleseed books that I found in there. In the different languages, I only found 2 books that were different languages. For example, this ABCs of Hawaii talked about the alphabet, but also talked about like different Hawaiian words or like different things around Hawaii, which I found really interesting. And in this one, the celebration of the Lantern Festival, there were some words that were Chinese, and this one's kind of a mirror to 2 of my students in my classroom because they are Asian American, and so it's a window for the other students so they can learn about about a celebration that their 2 Asian American students do, peers do. In this section, I wanted to talk about the poverty and the struggle books that I found. There was only 2 books that I found. Actually, I found 3, sorry. And I wanted to talk about 2 of them. Johnny Appleseed, for example, he wanted to plant all these trees with trees on them so he can feed his whole village so they won't go hungry anymore. And the Cloud Spinner, he was really poor, so he made all these scarves, and then a king wanted them, so they became rich. I didn't see any disability books at all. 2 of my students have a family member that has a disability, and so they can't really relate to a book for that. And the countries, I didn't really have a big number on all the countries. I assumed that a lot of them were native or for the United States instead. This is my classroom demographic. My classroom consists of more males than females. There are 13 males and 7 females in my classroom. 1 African American, 2 Asian Americans, 3 Latinx, 1 Native or Indigenous person, and 13 white students. Only 2 of my students have a family member with a disability, and 2 of my students speak different languages. And I noticed that my classroom does not have a lot of mirror books for my students, my minority students, and there's not a lot of window books for the majority students. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Bye.